All right.
Let's go.
It's chapter 2. This is the JaySquared Podcast, and I'm Jesoma.
I'm J-Rock.
And today we've got an amazing show for you guys.
Can't wait to start.
But let's start out, how was your week this week?
This week?
Yeah.
This week has been pretty good, you know?
Oh, that sounds great. How's work?
You know? We're still working on work. It's gonna happen. You gotta put that positive energy.
I love this. How's Valentine's Day?
You see, that's when there's no positive energy out there. So, next question.
Don't worry, we'll find the one job.
The one job, yeah. That'll be my true love.
You're gonna do it. You got this.
Eventually.
So today we've got a great show for you guys. Pretty much what happened was we pre-recorded this chapter yesterday. And, there was just a bunch of audio issues. There were animals in the background. It was crazy.
A bunch of malfunction. Like, we had a legit minute that was silence.
Yeah, and we just don't think that's up to par for the JaySquared Podcast listeners. So
yeah,
we just decided to go at it again, and we did this for you guys. And also, it was
3 hours long.
Yeah, it was incredibly long.
Yeah.
And I like to hear me, but I don't like to hear me for that long.
For that long? Same with me. Like, my voice for that long? I don't know.
But, we still do have some really great content for you guys, and can't wait to get up into it.
Yeah. So let's start with a quick review of what our segments are going to be for the future chapters. So we're always going to start with the sports and entertainment segment. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll just go over what's happening right now or what we think is important with sports and entertainment.
Yeah, and it just brings some clarity to, J-Rock brings a clarity to me because I have no idea what's going on when it comes to the sports world. So
it's okay. I'll catch you all up on that. And then, so our next segment will be our special topic, which we won't say what the special topic is until we get to that segment.
And we've got a doozy for you guys on this one. Might make some of you guys feel a little awkward or uncomfortable, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. Totally awesome, and can't wait to get into that either.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third segment is everyone's favorite.
Ximena Needs To Know. That's what it is. So pretty much, Ximena, she just does not have any social media, does not watch the news, none of that stuff, just is not up to date with any of it. So every time we would work out, me and Rock would start talking about, things that are going on in the world. And
Ximena would just be like, what? What are you talking about?
No way.
Yeah.
And we're like,
what?
Where do you live, man? Rock? How do you not know about this stuff? And it would be crazy things, like even stuff from the pandemic,
dude,
it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So we created a segment because of that, and we all have Ximenas in our lives.
Yeah, we do. If you do have a Ximena in your life, tell them to check this segment out.
Yeah, send them the link. Send the link to the podcast, and
subscribe.
We'll catch your Ximena up.
Yeah. And then our last segment is going to be questions and shout-outs that we get either on our YouTube page or our Instagram page. Also, like if you texted us, which I actually appreciate, but sometimes I want you guys involved on Instagram too.
Yeah, so really engage with us, man. So the number one thing you want to take away from this podcast is that we do listen to you guys. We do make sure that your voices are heard, and we do make sure that we post about you guys. And when we do responses and we talk to you guys, we really do bring what you said to us, and we take that into consideration, and fucking change my mind.
Yeah.
So, and we'll get into how that happened, but yeah, just keep in contact with us. We love to hear it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. All right. Our first segment of the day.
Oh, man.
Sports and entertainment.
All right. Lay it on me. What's going on in the sports world that's a blur?
A blur. NBA All-Star Game.
Oh, God.
So, it's not a weekend this year, but it is a one-day game that we're going to have.
That is the most garbage I've ever heard in my life. That doesn't make any sense. You're really like, I feel like the NBA is really doing a disservice to the fans when they go ahead and they create an all-star game. The bubble, I can understand. You know, people want the sports, they got sports, but we don't need the all-star game. Like, we don't need it to happen if it's not going to happen the right way, which is with the fans' engagement. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy,
No,
right?
you're not crazy. I think the big reason why the NBA is doing this is because they need money.
Yeah.
Money.
That's all it's about. And I don't think they need it. I think they want
They
money.
just want money.
Yeah, and it sucks because it started out as something for us, but now it's just something, that they can capitalize off of, putting other athletes at risk unnecessarily.
Yeah.
It's just fucked up.
The crazy thing is, if, let's say, you're playing in the game or you're involved in the dunk contest or the 3-point contest, which is also going to happen. If you don't show up, you get fined. So
and it just keeps getting more ridiculous because I think about it. I'm like, all right, why? First of all, I don't want to put myself at risk. Why am I getting fined for it?
Yep.
And on top of that, why are you going to have a dunk contest, a 3-point contest, all these events when there's nobody fucking there?
That's the main thing. I'm interested to see how they're going to involve fans.
I'm not, because the audio's creepy. Like, you have people clapping in the stands. There's nobody there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't like the audio substitution that they're doing because it's always delayed. It's always creepy and awkward. And I'm pretty sure that the players, they don't really hear that audio unless it's like music being played or the announcer.
It's artificial. It's all artificial bullshit, and it's fucking strange. And man, like, I will say this. I'm kind of interested in the celebrities that are going to be there, because celebrities are always at the All-Star game.
Oh, I actually didn't think about that.
Right?
Yeah. We might have them be like through Zoom, like how they did for the Super Bowl.
Zoom. Imagine, like, you have some, like, the lady that got into argument with LeBron. Like, people might be there.
I heard that it's going to be in Atlanta.
Which is fucking open. Atlanta's open.
Yeah, Atlanta's
Don't let anybody lie to you.
Yeah.
Atlanta's fucking open. Atlanta's worse than Florida.
Yeah.
It's just that we're more bold with our craziness.
That's true. That's Miami for sure. But apparently the mayor was like, oh, don't come here. Like, this isn't a celebration. It's just a one-day game. Lies.
Should have kept that shit closed. Should have kept Atlanta closed if you didn't want us going over there.
Yeah.
Too bad.
So you know what? You're right. I actually didn't think about all that. So that should be entertaining for, I guess, the All-Star game, since it's no longer a weekend. But yeah.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a fun thing to watch. It's going to be it's not going to be fun to watch, to be honest with you, but it is going to be something. It's going to be something to watch. Yeah. I don't approve, but it is what it is.
I guess we'll hit back on that in the next chapter, since by then it should have already happened.
Oh yeah, well, all right. We'll tell you guys all about it when we come back.
All right. Let's move into some entertainment.
Ooh, okay.
So, did you watch the Justice League Snyder's Cut trailer?
Man, J-Rock, you already know I watched that shit, man. And look, I'll be honest.
Give me your take.
I don't know why they're doing this again. Again, they should focus on what we have and try to move forward with that. Move forward, Robert Patterson, or whatever.
Pattinson.
I said what I said.
Patterson.
We should have moved forward with Twilight, man. And we should have just kept going, created a universe around that. Like they always do. They start off with Batman, perfect. Then go, or you could even start off with Superman, whatever.
Yeah.
But just focus on the casting, not on retelling the story that everybody hated. But they're going to do what they're going to do. So many universes inside of DC, so I guess I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it, but at the same time, I'm kind of meh about it.
Okay, well, my hot take is I'm excited for it.
I'm sick of you.
And if you don't know, I'm not a fan of DC.
It's not that you're not a fan. You hate them. It's a different... don't know me because it's true. There's a fact. You hate DC. You just don't want them to succeed because you're in love with Robert Downey Jr. And that's just it.
You know what?
That's just it.
Why are you coming at me like that? First of all,
I just want you to be honest. I want you to be honest with me and with you, okay?
I am being honest. Yes, I love Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and Marvel. Yes, you got me there. But I will give you this. I'm excited for this.
I just want to know if the Snyder version is better than Avengers.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Let me explain. I can't even say my point anymore. That was the podcast.
My bad.
No, but if the Snyder version is better than Avengers 1, not all of the Avengers.
Okay.
If the Snyder version is better than Avengers 1, would you admit it?
Ooh.
Would you admit it? Just be real.
I guess we'll have to see.
I'm so sick of you, man. You see what I mean? This is what I have to deal with on the daily. Somebody who just doesn't face reality. You know, it is.
We have to see it. I have to watch the movie. Because, I have to watch the movie first, and then we'll figure it out.
I legit just wanted to know if you were going to admit it, and now I know you won't. So
yeah, I won't. So
I don't know what we're gonna do about this.
We'll keep it moving.
But I am excited. I do want to see it, but I just don't know why we're doing this.
Let's see if it changes people's minds on how trash DC really is. But yeah, next.
I'm in love with DC. You just keep talking about them like that.
Well, let's move on to, bigger and better things like Marvel.
I'm so all right. All right, I'll put up with disrespect because what are we gonna? Are we talking about it?
Yes, we're talking about it.
Oh man! All right, we got to put up this disclaimer.
Yes, we do.
Listen, guys. So we did a poll already.
Yep.
We did a poll earlier, and we tried to figure out, if we should talk about WandaVision or not. And turns out that 70-something% of you guys, 72% of you guys want to talk about WandaVision. So we're talking about WandaVision.
Yeah. So,
but I'm not gonna leave the other 28% of people in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and put up some timestamps so you could go ahead and skip the spoilers. So just make sure you look in the description box below. Check for that timestamp, and we're gonna go ahead and push it forward for you guys, or you can push it forward yourself. And you could catch the rest of the podcast if you don't want to get it spoiled for you.
Yeah, so go ahead and stop listening because we are about to hit some WandaVision spoilers.
This is going to be so dope. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, if you are listening, welcome to WandaVision.
Ooh. All right, so I've got to be the first one to say that I did not think this was going to be shit. I thought it was going to be trash, and I was like, why the fuck would we want WandaVision?
Me, on the other hand, this is the most hype I've been for a show.
I didn't get it because they weren't shit in the universe. Like in the DC. I'm sorry, DC. Fuck. Yo, sorry. All right. They weren't shit in the MCU. They weren't. They didn't live up to the potential.
Wait. They teased Wanda.
They didn't tease it enough for us to take notice.
No, there was enough for real Marvel fans.
But I knew, we knew.
Yes, we knew.
You know Scarlet Witch. You know that she's a bad motherfucker.
She's the strongest
Avenger.
Avenger.
I thought they were writing her off. I thought they were writing her off as just some regular character.
Ooh, okay.
You get me? So I was just like, whatever. I will say that when I first watched Endgame, I didn't see Thanos getting out. I was like, oh, he gonna die. Yeah. But I didn't, I still wasn't sold on the idea that she most likely is the most powerful Avenger.
Yeah. Okay, well, I kind of saw it in Infinity Wars when she came, down from the tower in Wakanda, and she started fighting the animals. Not the animals, the aliens. And then when she had, that one scene with Thanos before, Vision died. Because Vision is dead, guys. If you didn't know that. But that's when they were teasing it, and I was like, oh shit, Wanda.
Okay, so it was way before.
Yeah, Wanda's strong, man.
I'm gonna be real. When it came to me watching that scene, the only thing the scene in Endgame, the only thing I took away was, I think, the funniest one-liner I've ever heard in my life in a movie or in any type of superhero movie. Wanda was like, You took everything from me. He's like, I don't even know who you are. I was like, that's so disrespectful. I would have stabbed his neck right there.
Yeah, she should have killed him right there. That was hilarious. But
Jesus Christ.
yeah. All right, so WandaVision, for those of you who've only seen like the first couple of episodes, it starts off a little bit slow because, you know, they do each episode from a different era, TV sitcom. So like they start with the 50s, 60s, 70s, and so on. And it's a different TV sitcom that they do. So 50s and 60s, the first two episodes, they're in black and white, and then they switch to color. But you could tell from the first episode, at least within the last 15 minutes of it, something's wrong.
Yeah, it definitely does play off of that, like, I Love Lucy feel. Early black and white, like, you know, black and white TV sitcom type of thing. But towards the end, you know, shit ain't adding up. Like, it just ain't adding up at this point. Like, you watch me and you're like, bro, why the fuck is this shit so eerie? Why is it so creepy?
Creepy is it's big in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain scenes that if you don't catch it, you definitely have to rewind and rewatch that.
Definitely. Like, I was watching it and I was just like, this shit looks a little bit off. This doesn't look normal. And that's what made me start loving it. First episode, I was hooked.
Oh, same.
Yeah, like, first episode, I was hooked. I talked all this shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
First episode, I was hooked as a motherfucker. I was looking at that shit like, yo, what's going to happen next?
I'm not going to lie. I was very happy that you liked it because I wasn't sure if you were.
Yeah, no, I love being tricked.
Okay.
Like, I'm a sucker for media. I love being tricked when it comes to this type of shit. And to me, in all honesty, they did a perfect job. They did the perfect job of making us feel like this was something that's normal.
Yeah.
You know, making us feel like it's something that's normal. And then totally doing a complete 180 on us and showing us that, no, it's not what you think. And I think that's the first part of it where they show you, oh, it's not what you think. Oh, you thought you was getting some feel good type of shit? No, this ain't it. Yo.
So let's talk about some of the big reveals that we've seen so far.
Okay.
Let's hit them with the first reveal of Pietro.
Yo. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I keep saying that, like, I'm never gonna not be real.
Yeah.
For sure. So the thing about it, no, but at the end of the day, I was not expecting it to be that, because if you know me and you know how I feel about the extended universes, I did love Quicksilver in X-Men.
Yeah, let's clarify that. In X-Men, yeah.
Quicksilver was the perfect mesh of in this photo.
Whatever. What are those X-Men movies?
Whatever. Anyway, that was my favorite scene of a Quickster, of the Flash and the CW. Like, trash compared to that scene.
Yeah, God.
Because, like, pretty much and you wanted to see more of him. Like, you did not want like his character to end. It's one of those characters where it's like, yo, man, I hope he's a part of the MCU.
Look at it now.
That's exactly what happened. That was the Quicksilver from Agatha the Heartless, right? Am I saying
she's
it?
Agatha Harkless.
I'm not gonna say it right.
Okay, so say Agnes then.
Agnes, like, of course, we saw something off about her in the beginning because she just was conveniently there, and Vision said it.
Yep.
Vision was like, why is she always here? Yeah. And that's what I loved. I love the fact that they gave you little reveals without having to tell you anything. For example, they gave you reveals in the beginning that Vision didn't know what was going on, and Wanda had a bit more control of the situation, and she knew more of what was going on. But Vision was just oblivious. He's just like, what the fuck? And then until the more recent episodes, Vision was like, yo, you got to stop her.
Yeah, because that's the other thing, though, because Vision still believes that Wanda is in control. But they made Wanda out to be the villain, but she's not. She's being controlled. Nah,
I'm still standing firm on this.
No.
She's still wrong. She's still wrong because she does this in the comics. Even though she gets manipulated a little bit, but they don't have to push it too far.
Okay, no, I understand you, but she's also in denial. She's going through the 5 stages of grief. So.
But you can't just kidnap people because of that. You can't.
Kidnap them because she's being controlled. We don't know.
You know what? You're right. I don't know. But what I do know is that she's done this before.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And
she's created those kids. She's created a
we don't know that.
She did in the comic books.
Okay, but this is why these are my theories right now. So I believe there's 2 more villains.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna show both of them, but one of the villains is Mephisto. Okay? And he's the one that's always with Agnes.
Okay.
And he uses the twins to gain his power to become like the villain. Wait.
Okay, so he uses them. Oh.
Yeah. So even if she created the twins, it wasn't she did that by herself. Most likely Agnes helped her magically because she's a witch. But they are using the twins because the twins are missing. We don't know where the twins are.
Yeah.
She most likely used those twins to bring Mephisto into life. And another thing that I noticed from the last episode is he usually shows up as a bug.
Mm-hmm.
And before Wanda goes down to the basement, there's a bug on the window.
Yeah.
So.
Damn, that's you're probably right. You know what? And another thing that you sent me actually today that I was just like, what the fuck, mind blown, is that if you guys listen to the beginning where it says,
previously on WandaVision,
her tone of voice every episode gets lower and more depressed and sadder.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like previously on WandaVision.
See, I took it
on WandaVision.
Yeah, I took it more of the seriousness of each episode. Because lately it's been getting more intense. So that's how I took it. But once I saw that video, I was like, wait a second. She was so happy in the beginning and now she's rock bottom.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh dang, I didn't even catch that.
And she jumps really hard into that depression and
in the last episode,
it just turns into that her noticing that she's not in control, of things that are changing because things are just changing and there's things that she can't change, like the fucking I don't know what the fucking bird that's around the house,
the little pelican thing.
Yeah, how she can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of the start
of her not being in control.
Yeah, so it's just things like that, and this show has everything, guys. If you've been listening just because you don't, you're okay with spoilers or whatever, that show has it all. It has the comedy. It has those those kind of subtle things that you expect from a show that makes you want to watch everything else around it.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It feels like a movie. It feels like another Marvel movie.
It feels like a few Marvel movies, which makes it even better.
Yeah. Oh, so my other villain.
Okay, yeah.
Director Hayward.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah,
he's already a villain. He's already an asshole.
But people are saying that he might be Ultron. So, in the comic books and in the animated series, he uses vision. So, from that episode where we see that Wanda rescues Vision, and he's all pulled apart and connected to some sort of computer, they're saying that that's the reason why Hayward wants Vision to come out. He wants him to come out of the hex and die so that he could take him apart again, connect him to the computer or the internet, and he becomes Ultron.
Damn, and that ultimately makes Wanda pretty much the good guy in the whole situation because she kind of saved Vision.
Yeah, she's trying to save him again. But that's just a rumor, teaser, theory that's going on. You be throwing
these shits out and you be right.
Hey, man, if it happens, that'll be sick. But I don't know. That's just a theory I have with my cousins that we were this is interesting.
I'll give you your flowers if it does happen.
If it does happen, Jay, I think I might have someone in Marvel.
I have somebody on the inside.
Someone on the inside. But yeah, and then the latest thing is the connection with Fantastic Four. They keep teasing the aerospace engineer, and in the last episode we noticed that there was no aerospace engineer. It was just a different set of military people. But if you notice, when talking to Monica, they're like, we serve you and we serve someone else. So people are hinting that they might be Skrulls.
Yes. And you're telling me that they had the Captain Marvel logo or emblem on their hats.
Yeah. So
sheesh, this is gonna be good.
Like, if you don't know about the Skrulls, Captain Marvel is a movie to watch, and I forgot Spider-Man. Far From Home.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that one has connections to it as well. So yeah, there's that, and we still don't know who this aerospace engineer might be or pilot. And
it could really be anybody.
It could be, but they're teasing that it might be Fantastic Four, so that'll be sick. Also, we haven't talked about Monica becoming Photon.
Oh yes,
that scene was amazing.
It was dope as hell because at the end of the day, like, people don't get it. The reason why you have to watch everything is because everything's important.
It's all connected.
Yeah, even that scene. So there's a scene where she pushes through the barrier. Monica, she's the black girl. She ends up being Captain Marvel's best friend's daughter. So you can hear lines from Captain Marvel while she's going ahead and pushing through this barrier that this hex that Wanda created, and that's how she gets her powers. And I think it was really dope that they actually chose a way that wasn't cringy for them to get their powers. They didn't go naturally through, and this is what got me. They didn't go naturally through like, oh, she fell into a vat of acid or some shit like that, or radiation. No, it was none of that. What it really was is that she was extremely heroic. She proved to be worthy, like in all these different ways. Proved to be strong, brave, and she was willing to do anything to save people. Yes. She's a true hero, and she was a true hero without the powers.
Yes, that's the big thing, because she already knew that Wanda wasn't the problem.
Yeah,
and not only that, she was also worried about Darcy, and she doesn't even know like the situation that happened to Vision. So imagine all of that. But yeah,
and she just came back. She just came back, and she's like, "Fuck it."
The snap scene, I still get chills. Yo. That was amazing. I don't know what Marvel, like what they have planned, but that scene, that opener,
shit was ridiculous.
Yeah, that opener was sick. But all right,
was ridiculous.
That'll be the end of the WandaVision. Yeah. Spoilers.
And what we're gonna do right now is that we're gonna go ahead and just jump back in for everybody. So.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey guys, what's up?
We just finished the WandaVision spoilers, so you guys are good.
Yeah, no more spoilers for you guys.
We're gonna move on to our last sports and entertainment little note that we have. Mm-hmm. And it's the Fantastic Four rumors that are going on right now.
And this is what kills me, because this will be the third time they reboot Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the second one we don't speak of.
Nah, let's talk.
No.
Nah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. No. We want to talk shit about DC. Let's talk shit about Fantastic Four.
No, that wasn't under Marvel. That was under Fox. So rewind.
Well, I can say that they're Marvel characters.
Now.
I'm just saying it's Marvel
so technically
characters.
This reboot is the first of the Marvel. So
okay.
Get it right. Get it right, Jay.
I'll just say this. I do want to see it succeed. I think that we need another faithful adaptation to the Fantastic Four, because the first one was good. I liked it.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I liked the first Fantastic Four. I liked Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Both of them were good, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know what happened there, but
yeah, I don't know either. That's kind of weird, but there's a rumor that Jennifer Lawrence is going to be Sue Storm, and I don't like it.
I like it. The only, like I said before, I'll say it again. Listen, when it comes down to it, as long as they do justice to Mystique, or they recast Mystique or whatever, then
well, they're gonna have to.
It's good with me.
Look, my problem, Jennifer Lawrence, an amazing actress. She's won an Oscar. Like it. She's won an Oscar. You know, she's Katniss. She's good, but the way that she treated the Mystique, the way that she treated that character was bad. She basically screwed up Mystique. She didn't want to be painted in blue, wanted to use CGI, and then she asked to be killed off from the movies.
How you know she's not allergic to blue paint?
Hey, man. Marvel, prepare yourself.
This is the thing, man. I still like how she worked with Mystique in the X-Men. I just don't like the direction they took with her because, again, Mystique is shady. She's not supposed to be a hero. They keep trying to force her to be a hero. That's not Mystique.
But it's because Jennifer Lawrence at that moment was popping.
Yeah.
She was the hot actress who's been making a bunch of great movies and winning awards. So.
And like we said before, it doesn't age well.
No.
But it makes sense. It makes sense. It just doesn't age well and doesn't do service to, faithful fans. But it does. It makes money, so that's why they would do it.
Yeah. But I would like to see Emily Blunt and Jim. In Fantastic Four.
No.
Yes.
I don't like Jim as an action person. I did not like him in Jack Ryan either. I just don't see him as a superhero. He did great in A Quiet Place. I like him in those types of movies.
Both in A Quiet Place, and now they're both going to be in Fantastic Four.
I don't want them both there.
We need both of the Jims in the Marvel universe. We need it.
I am.
If you haven't watched The Office, then you don't know what we're talking about.
But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, they're gonna do what they want, and they're gonna make it look like they want to. And to just say, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, I did not like the last Mr. Fantastic either, from the shitty movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan was the only one that saved it.
I hated.
The casting in that was trash.
It was terrifying. Like, I legitimately did hate Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that actor either. I just feel like he has a very punchable face.
Yeah.
But,
I don't even know his name, so he's not really important.
I digress, though. I digress.
But you know what? We're going to put our trust in Marvel.
Because
they've never messed up yet. So
they haven't messed up yet. I'll give that to them.
So we'll see how that goes. All right, Jay. On to the next segment of our special topic.
All right. So, guys, this is our special topic of today. Pretty much, we want to go ahead and introduce some outward thinking when it comes to, this podcast, and when it comes to, everything that has to do with open-mindedness and thought.
Yes.
So we thought the best way to open up with this was to talk about something that is a little bit, not a lot of people talk about, and it is taboo, and as
it makes people feel uncomfortable and
sometimes
and awkward, but it's something that we feel like we should talk about more to understand people.
Yeah, and I think this is a great gateway into learning more and opening your minds and stuff like that. So pretty much what we wanted to talk about is, our first experiences and how we got over homophobia and issues like just societal pressures and issues when it comes to the LGBT. When it comes to the LGBTQ community. I'll be the first to say that definitely the toxic masculinity had a hold on me when I was a younger kid. I definitely did not want to, it was taboo to be associated with, with gay people or with anybody that's a part of the LGBTQ plus community. But as I grew and in my teenage years, I started realizing that I was definitely taught incorrectly, which is okay to admit. I think the biggest problem is that we try to force a narrative on people, but people are just trying to be who they are. And I definitely feel ashamed about that because as a black man, I should have been more open-minded to somebody just trying to live their life and being done an injustice to. And it just makes it a conversation that needs to be had. But I don't know, a lot of people just feel like people still feel the same, still have homophobic feelings and stuff like that. But definitely wanted to get off my chest to normalize the conversations.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about my experience with being homophobic in high school. So I played on the basketball team. I was a freshman coming into the girls' team, and I was used to changing in the bathroom because I'm very private. I've never been comfortable changing in front of other people, other females, even if we're in the locker room. Just to me, it always felt weird. So I would go to the stalls and I would go change. But I had a situation happen that kind of traumatized me, where one of the seniors from the team, she was a lesbian, and she came and started crawling underneath each of the stalls to try to see us all naked. And that was very traumatizing because that was my first experience with the girls' basketball team.
And that's terrible.
It's terrible. So from there, I basically put all lesbians in a box and, assume that they were all like that person. So I became very homophobic towards the LGBTQ community.
Jesus Christ. It's just it's two completely different perspectives.
Yeah.
But it was kind of all centered around hate. And I wanted to ask you, do you feel like...
I wouldn't say hate. I would say discomfort and fear. Because you're invading my privacy. I don't know you like that, and I don't want to me to project something towards you to be like, oh yeah, well, she said it was fine.
Yeah, you see
that inviting substance of it, or I don't know. So that situation just kind of fucked me up because I was like, no, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Out of all the people on the team, go fuck around with other people who are lesbians. Leave me alone. But what I started doing was just showing up 5 minutes earlier and changing.
So do you feel like, when did you realize that your line of thinking was incorrect and it was wrong? If you felt like it was wrong.
Yes. So I did feel like it was wrong because then when I played college soccer, there was lesbians on the team too, but they were completely different from the experience I had in high school. They were very protective, very sweet, very respectful. So that's when I was like, wait a second. Did I put these people in the box in this one situation?
Yeah.
And that's when it clicked in me, and I was like, oh dang, I probably not ruined friendships, but I probably didn't have friendships with these type of people because of this, the situation that happened to me. And I was like, no, you guys are all the same, so fuck y'all. And
Jesus.
I was kind of like, damn, that sucks. Snap out of that and try to, actually talk to people, try to understand them.
And I think that's a big problem that we all have. We kind of do things that are fucked up and then we justify them in our head. Yeah. We make it all right to us because we feel like we've been done a certain way or whatever it might be. But then we don't realize that we're actually doing a disservice to everybody else because we're kind of again, we're putting ourselves in a box and we're putting everybody else in a box, and we don't trust people and we feel this way about people. But in all reality, damn, people, nobody's the same.
Yeah.
We're nobody's the same, but we're all the same.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't go ahead and, treat people differently. And it's just that this toxic toxic masculinity that
speaking is hard.
Talking is hard, but it's because I guess I get a little bit emotional and stuff like that, so it tends to be like that. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, talking about this, it helps further the understanding that it's okay not to know everything.
Yeah.
It's okay to change your feelings.
Yes, 100%. That's what people need to be more open about. For me, trying to understand the LGBTQ community, it's still ongoing. I still have questions. I still want to learn. I still want to understand different experiences from people because like we were talking about it the other day. We don't truly know what queer is.
Yes.
Like, I want to understand it because I have a couple friends who are queer, but like I really don't know what that means.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, like, and again, guys, look, when we talk about this stuff, it's not a closed conversation. This is a very open conversation. I really want you guys to hit us up, talk to us about what you hear. Even if you've like, and I'm even open to it if you guys feel uncomfortable with us talking about these situations. We're here to learn, and we want to push a narrative that it's okay to talk about these quote unquote like
Special
race,
topics.
special topics. But because at the end of the day, yeah, they are special topics, but we need to normalize some of the conversation in order to make everybody feel better.
Yeah, and I also like because we both have close friends and close people to us that are in the LGBTQ community, and I really appreciate learning from them, like having conversations, talking about like their experiences with it. Because another thing that we really don't talk about is how uneducated we are with the LGBTQ community.
That's a fact. Because we're not educated. Whereas, we're just not we're not there. We're not in the shoes. But I think the difference, and I think the biggest difference when it comes to everybody, is the want to be in those shoes.
Exactly.
The want to try to start understanding and try to be a part of like anything that could help you move.
Yeah.
And I think by just doing this in itself, it opens a door to everybody to invite us to places that, we probably would have never known about. Like,
Yeah.
and
So like even like if there's certain bars or
Mhm.
like certain like we for sure want to go to a parade and support and learn. But we were also talking about a drag show that
yeah,
we could potentially go to.
yeah. No, it was the brunch, and it is pretty much a show also, and it's called Our House. It's in Miami. If you guys didn't know,
The
but
305.
but definitely I'm gonna end up going there one of these weeks, maybe this week or next week. But I want to go show up, and I want to just have like
Have
have
fun,
fun, have a good
support,
time.
learn.
Yeah, and I know it's not like I'm not trying to pretty much, use anybody as just like a learning tool. Yeah, I want to, I just out of the goodness, like out of my heart, I just want to understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
And if
That's the
anybody's willing,
main thing too, because we all just want to love each other.
yeah,
Just want to spread that love.
and doesn't it? And it just sucks to be pretty much casted aside or treated a different way because you just all you're doing is loving who you want to love. It's not like you're doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like some foreign idea to do this. No, this is a normal thing. It just happens to not be who other people like.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to open that up to everyone who's listening. Like, if you have anything that could help us learn more, or if you want to hang out with us, have a chat, have like a Zoom call or whatever, we are
Yeah,
open to all that for
definitely,
sure.
definitely. Now, I want to piggyback off of that and off of that point you made where it came to like communication.
Mhm.
Guys, I cannot stress it enough. DM us. Let
Yes,
us know.
please.
We want
Please.
to we want to talk about it. At and even though, we're pretty much engaging with the conversation now, we realize that we're not enough. We need people who are within the community to go ahead and reach out and give us that conversation,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, we just wanted to share our experiences.
Yeah. How we've gotten better, how we've learned, and
Yeah.
how we're continuing to grow.
And what made you change?
Well, I don't like treating people differently. I want to love people for who they are. Like, with nothing holding back. Like, I mean, unless you kill someone, which is completely different. But yeah, that made me want to change because, like, I'm missing out on a bunch of friendships, a bunch of people that could be amazing because of putting that certain situation in a box. Which, yes, it was traumatizing. Yes, it really messed me up. But that's not how everybody is. I can't just
Yeah.
start picking certain little things to just put them in a box.
It's about painting people with the same brush, and
Exactly.
it's just wrong. Like, and I, I guess again, like it came down for me, like what I changed because I realized, wow, this was just toxic masculinity. Like my group of friends are probably the most open, like people in the world, and they do a whole like we just go through a whole bunch of things where we've had, people within our group leave our group, trans, gay, like all across the spectrum, and we all love each other equally. And I didn't know how that was supposed to go until my friends showed me.
Yeah.
And that's what made me like, try to like it made me start understanding that I'm being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
We both were.
yeah, we
Let's
and
be real.
but yeah, it was completely different reasons. I mean, at least in your situation, it was the fact that you were traumatized
Yeah, but
by somebody.
I still don't want to use that as an excuse.
Yeah, of course. And
I would say that in that moment, yes, I would consider it traumatizing and justified. But after that, there was many things I could have done to learn, and eventually I did. And I'm still learning. So
well, there you go. I mean, that's what it's all about. And in my situation, it was just toxic masculinity, and I can't stress how different my life has been when I stopped trying to abide by some type of rule or man rule that has
Fake
been
man rule.
fake man rule that's been set for us to prove that we're real men and shit like that. Like, it's been damaging.
Yeah.
And the sooner I was able to undo the damage, the less it had time to embed itself in my brain about this is what you're supposed to be doing and shit like that.
But yeah. Good talk, Jay.
Good talks, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That was a very special topic, man. Yeah. Wow, that was awesome. Like, oh, that was really beautiful.
Yeah, I felt good about that.
Yeah, I
feel good in my heart.
Good in my heart.
Good in my heart.
Good in my soul. There you go.
But just so you guys know, we are gonna have certain special topics where we do get serious about things. Like, yes, we're all fun and games and we're comedians and jokers and all that stuff. But we could also get real for you and talk from the heart. So
yeah,
just be ready for certain topics like that, and hopefully you guys could give us some good feedback off of it.
And if you guys are coming here, like I mean, I understand. You expect just some sports stuff and all this and all these fun things, but we do want to push that. We are reminded to ever support whatever movement 1,000%, because now I understand what I'm fighting for and I understand what you're fighting for, and we can do this together.
Exactly. And that's the key with communication between both sides. So, yeah. Good topic. Good topic.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Y'all breathe.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. That was good.
That was I felt that in my heart, man. That was good. That was good.
All right, so on to Ximena Needs to Know.
The segment.
The segue. So, first thing on the list. Go ahead, fire it out. Let's do it.
Britney Spears documentary.
Documentary is hashtag Free Britney. Pretty much what's happening is that Britney's under a conservatorship. I said it right. See, I can't read good, but I can pronunciate. But pretty much she's currently controlled by her dad, and everything that she does is under his watchful eye. Okay. And throughout this documentary, you notice that she hasn't had a regular childhood growing up, and she's just been through a lot of fucked up things, and she doesn't want her father to have control. And I saw that she's actually willing to be under a conservatorship, but she just doesn't want him to do it because he's trying to kind of take away her freedom, apparently.
Yeah, her freedom, her finances, all of the above. But in the documentary, like, they show us how, like, basically her downfall.
Yeah.
Like, all the trauma that she went through. Justin Timberlake just being a complete asshole. Which is not how we remembered it at all, which is crazy.
That's the crazy thing. Like, media, especially with a special topic too, like, media shapes our narrative so much, and I feel like we just need to break free of that shit, because at the end of the day, everybody's we're all people.
Yeah.
And we're all we all have things that trigger us. We all have traumas that can be accessed. Now imagine if you're a person who has a million lights on you at all times and you're just trying to live. That shit's terrifying, man.
The crazy part from the documentary too is like how the paparazzi just follow and stalk her, and even in moments where you could tell that she's having like a mental breakdown, they're still in her face and trying to be like friendly and stuff like that.
And it made me cringe because they're like, "Oh, we have a great relationship with Britney." No, you fucking don't. You guys are creeps. This is weird. Like, that's what I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around. Is like how people could perceive things so differently. Like, can you not tell that this person feels uncomfortable? And I remember there was a scene where she was like, where after she shaved her head and, you know, she was trying to get her kids or whatever, she was breaking down in the car, like she was crying and shit. And the motherfucking videographer who was on the documentary was like, "Oh yeah, I went up to her to see if she was okay." I'm like, "Yo, you should have fucking left."
Yeah.
The last thing, the last thing somebody wants is a million cameras on their on top of them while they're trying to go through something or while they are going through something. It was super insensitive, and I hate that guy.
Yeah, and that's after that she like basically ruined his car with an umbrella, which is deserved.
Yeah,
that guy was a dick.
There was a lot like, and to me, man, I mean, I'm not one to say if she's stable or not, but there's different types of way to help.
See, that's my thing with this documentary. This is why I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. Like, I'm on the fence with it because we only get to see, you know, Britney's side.
Yeah.
You're right. We don't really get to see the father's side. And like, I feel like a key part of this documentary is the fact that Britney refused to talk to the people who made the documentary. Like, everyone from her family didn't talk. So we're basically going off of what documentary
and what people think. Damn, and that's tough. That's a good one, and that's tough.
Yeah, because you want to believe her, but at the same time, something's missing. You don't have
the full story.
Yeah, something's missing.
Yeah, there's not a full story. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about the trauma. Definitely, don't want to trivialize somebody else's experience, but at the same time, we do want to be fair and see all sides of it before we make a decision. And it's called making an educated guess. There's nothing wrong with that.
So that's why I'm kind of like, is there a reason why this happened? Or I don't know. It's just a weird thing that's happening right now because it's also popping because of the Free Britney movement.
Yeah.
So like, it's very out there in social media, but once again, social media sometimes just shows you what you want to see, but not the reality.
Social media is king. That's what happens.
But it's on Hulu if you want to watch it. I don't know if they have Hulu in Bulgaria, but I mean, we'll see.
No, you take it too far.
Sure, I said that correctly too. It's kind of like, all right, you got it.
Oh shit, that's fucking funny.
Moving on to the next, Ximena Needs to Know. This is all you, Jay.
Okay, so if you know me, you know for a fact I am a Kanye lover. That's it. Like, Kanye is my hero. I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. He's my hero in the sense of like what he's done in the industry. And and this is my thing. I look at people and they might do some stupid shit and they might do really fucked up things, but I can always appreciate a hustle. You get me? So what Kanye did in the music industry, what he did and what he did in the fashion industry, I appreciate the hustle, and that's like that's the way I want to go ahead and,
So as an artist.
Exactly. That's the way I want to go ahead and present myself, like, in the future, if I like with whatever endeavor I go into, because you could take the mentality he had where it's like, I'm not just a rapper, I'm not just a producer, I'm not just a designer, I'm not just this, I'm not just that. You could take that mentality into everything, and you could see how artists are benefiting from it, like from that mentality, because nobody was really like popping. Like Timbaland, he was a producer and a rapper, but Kanye was an incredible producer and rapper.
So, I would say though, like, he is one of the best ones out there.
And it's insane.
One of the best artists out there. But sometimes because of the stupid things he says, that kind of overlaps what.
Yeah, it overlaps what he's doing. And I agree with that 100%. Like, to me, with this whole situation, so pretty much what happened is this, guys. Kim and Kanye have filed for divorce.
Boom. Boom. Yeah. But it seems to be amicable from the reports.
Yeah.
And they do want to co-parent, which is good.
And I think that's also good for mental health reasons. Yeah. Definitely knowing that Kanye suffers from mental health disorders. It's just like the fact that it is like, one of those 50-50 type of things, then it does make it it does lessen the salt in the wounds, because then at least you know that they're both on the same page from that point of view.
But yeah, prediction wise on them. So me personally,
you said this before.
I've said this before.
Yeah.
I am scared for Kanye.
Of course.
I'm scared for his mental health because I don't want him to do something stupid. And I feel like he really needed Kim to help him out of these mental health issues that he's had. So I'm hoping for the best for him. I'm hoping he continues to get help.
Or maybe without Kim, he does better.
That's what I'm hoping
maybe
for.
Maybe they were holding him down.
That could possibly happen, but I don't want him to do anything stupid to himself.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's like my worry, because
100%.
Yes, like he's done crazy shit, but he's still a human. Like, you don't want anything bad.
No, I definitely take a look at the whole situation, and I'm just like, man, it sucks, because you guys don't understand. Like, when I was growing up, listening to rock, listening to rap, like, and back in the day, you were either a rocker or a rapper. Like, that's how they pretty much labeled you.
Yeah.
And I was a skateboarding kid that loved everything.
Yeah.
And when Kanye came out with the music he came out with, especially knowing that some of his inspirations were from animes, like Stronger was an anime adaptation, and some of his, like, just his product was really centered around art and not being a certain type of person. And that's where that's where I connected the most, and that's why I have this profound, love for Kanye and what he's done in the arts.
But yeah, so Ximena, they filed for a divorce finally, and we'll let you know if if Kanye drops a crazy ass album. We're expecting now, but we'll see.
It's going slap.
Hopefully, because the last couple ones have been a little weird. But yeah, moving on to the next. Ximena Needs to Know.
Yes.
And this one hurts.
Daft Punk broke up.
Dude.
28 years of music.
Bro.
Just like that?
No reason why they split up either.
It's that they've done a lot, man. They've done a lot. And it just hurts.
They're legends in the game. So this one really hurts. They had a lot of bangers that are gonna last forever. We
run through them.
One more time.
Around the world.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Get lucky.
Stronger.
Ooh, motherfucker, Starboy.
And one of my favorites, I Feel It Coming.
And that's just
the thing is certain songs. It's not even like the top of the top of the top. They have a lot of other bangers, but those are some of our favorite ones.
And this is where it gets crazy. The simple fact that that's what it takes to be great. What it takes to be great is to have things that are timeless.
Yeah, and all those songs are timeless.
Exactly. Every single one of those songs, timeless. Play them in the club. Nobody's going to ask you why you're playing that.
No, that's the other thing, too. They could jump into any type of genre.
Yeah.
And you'll still be like, oh, this slaps.
Exactly. And that's what you want to do when you're an artist. And when you get to do that, like when you get to that point, then you become an artist. Like that's talked about as one of the greats. And they just are musically.
Yeah. So shout out to Daft Punk. We will miss you.
Hope you come back.
Yeah. Or let us know why you left. But yeah.
You broke up with us too.
Yeah.
Shit.
But we'll see. All right. Last, Ximena Needs to Know.
Yo, she doesn't. Okay, listen. There's some things that I just, but if you didn't know that Texas fucking froze over.
Yeah, Texas is like Antarctica right now.
Yeah.
Like, frozen. but like live action Frozen.
And this is the crazy thing. It's like they have power grids, they have all these things, and they're like, "Oh, we weren't prepared for this." I'm like, "Well, what the fuck was all the shit for?"
Yeah, exactly. And that's the crazy thing, because like, why have your own power grid, and then not be ready for it?
Exactly. I think that's exactly what it's for unexpected events. And it's just there's just so much shit going on, and if 2021 and 2020 taught us anything, is to be ready, brush up on your resources.
Yeah.
Like, don't just never expect something to happen, because from literally what I've learned from these past years is that shit fucking happens.
Yeah. We're basically in a Panera Bread right now,
Yeah.
and Texas is freezing to death. So I don't even know. Like, what's next?
It's just that when you're in this Piccadilly, then it's like nothing really makes sense.
Pickle Rick.
So it's like, and the crazy thing is that when that happened, like, I wasn't surprised. I don't know why. I just wasn't surprised. I was like,
we are surprised anymore.
I was like,
that's the crazy thing. Because all right, they don't have power, they don't have food, they don't have water, so they're basically Texas is struggling. There's people dying, and I mean,
yeah,
we have no idea what to do. But you know who else doesn't have any idea what to do?
Fucking yo, my man. Yo, that boy said, "Fuck this shit, I'm home." Like, he left. Yo, and that's the crazy thing is that I wouldn't care. Like, I legit would not care if he left. Like, yeah, it would be like fucked up.
Yeah, messed up. Yeah.
But it's just the way he did it that made it fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And when I say hilarious, I mean that in the worst way possible.
Yes. So don't take like us saying hilarious.
Yeah, it's not
like
a
that.
good thing.
We're basically dumbfounded by it.
Yeah, like he came back and was like everything was all good.
Ximena, so Ted Cruz is a representative from Texas, and Buddy decides to go to Cancun because Texas is freezing. And
keep in mind that this is the same man that has criticized other politicians
for the same thing.
When there are certain situations going on.
There's a disaster or like a hurricane happening.
It's just the hypocrisy of it all.
Yeah, that's
the hypocrisy and the defense. The defense that comes to him.
The defense for it.
I'll never understand. I'll never understand how people go ahead and really try to defend this situation.
Yo, he blamed his kids. He said that it's his daughter's faults because they wanted to go to Cancun, and what good father doesn't listen to their kids and take them to Cancun? Which is very privileged because there's no way
kids want to go to Cancun. Yeah. There's never been a kid that's been like, "Oh, I want to go to fucking Cancun."
No, it's like, let's go to a theme park, let's go to Disney World, let's go to Universal, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah,
but not Cancun.
It was just all bullshit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And then he tried to blame his wife because some text messages leaked that they had planned it for a couple days. So it wasn't like day of.
Jesus.
It was more like, oh, no, we have this plan and we're going to go to Cancun and we're going to have a good time and we're going to be warm and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
So it's like, so you lying on your kids?
And your wife.
You like, this is like, and it's some fuck shit. And, man, and it would be, what makes it worse is that he's just so punchable. Like, he looks so punchable. Like, he's the guy that looks like he'd get caught, like, with his pants down. Like, that just looks like the guy.
Yeah. The crazy thing, too, is, like, he flies back the next day in a Texas face mask.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Irony, bro.
Like, the disrespect is something else. It was
on a high, man. It was on a high.
An all-time high. He was like, all right, y'all.
I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
Like I never left.
Like I never left, son.
But yeah, so that's happening. Texas is still freezing. I don't know when it's gonna be over.
But definitely shout out prayers to Texas.
We're sending prayers, and we've been on our personal page posting ways that you could reach out and help them as well.
So definitely we should post it in on our page.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that as well because I mean we're all the United States.
Yeah.
We're all together in this, so we got to help out as well. But yeah.
Damn, that was beautifully said. Good shit.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's the end of Ximena Needs to Know.
So, on to, our next topic. We're going to go ahead and our next segment. Sorry,
Yes.
topic segment.
I
can't read. No, I can't read. Stop making me read and stuff. You know I can't read.
Sorry. I'm trying my best over here. But yeah, so we're going to close it off with some questions and shout outs.
Oof.
So, Jay, this comes from my friend.
What, man?
This comes from my friend,
what,
Jack.
Man? Listen.
His question is, DC sucks at making movies. Why? Why does DC suck at making movies?
You had to repeat it. I heard you the first time.
I repeated it the third time. Jay, why does DC suck at making movies?
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. Listen. I try to find the good in DC movies because I love DC. Screw you for asking this question. But fuck this podcast. The thing is that, look, they're bad at making movies because they're bad at world building. And you can't build a world around characters that people are going to stop caring about in the next couple of years because you recast them. That's just how it is. So they have to cast some characters. They have to cast some actors or actresses that can stay true to the character. They need to keep the same directors so they can stay true to the stories and not want to go ahead and create all these alternate different storylines. And like have some actors that are not known for other things, like people that we can grow to love in this role.
Like the way Marvel did.
Marvel, they have Robert Downey Jr. He was on the downfall in his career and came back with Iron Man, and now he's Iron Man. Like
he's Marvel.
Yeah, he's Marvel. You have Tom Holland,
Chris Hemsworth.
Like everybody, like all of the Marvel characters, you don't strongly associate. Like you associate them with other things that they've done, and they're allowed to do those other things, but you pretty much create a care for the character when you're not switching them every other year.
Yeah.
The closest thing I could think of that DC's done is with the new Joker movie. But even then, they had to built that world masterfully, and they were able to pretty much like make us care about the character.
Yeah.
Not gonna make me care about Ben Affleck.
That's true. That's very true. But yeah, thank you, Jack, for asking that question because I always ask him the same question.
Hey, yo, Jack, don't be asking me questions like that no more, dog.
Nah. Jack, keep sending them over. But you know you love answering the questions.
You're right.
But yeah, shout out to Jack. Next questions. So we put up a post on our story about who your GOAT is. We were talking about Tom Brady. Then we got Serena Williams. We also got Michael Jordan. What else did we get, Jay? Oh, Messi.
Yeah, we got Messi. And we said Serena. We also got
Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
We got
Jack. What was his name?
I don't remember, but it's a sailor and a something.
Let me look this shit up. Let me look it up.
So,
God damn, where the hell is Jamie, man?
Jamie's not here. Dang it.
Shit.
But yeah, we had a couple great responses, but I think the main thing that we took away from it is we can't take an overall GOAT because we believe that, or at least I believe, that each sport has their own GOAT.
Absolutely true. I 100% agree with that. We talked about it. And yeah, man, like every sport has their own GOAT. They're individual GOATs. Like you can't measure the level of difficulty no matter what, because where one sport lacks, another sport picks up. So you might not need the exact coordination that a tennis player needs, but you might need something else in that same in a different sport. I mean, they're just too different, but respectfully, in the sports that did come up, tennis, I'll give it to Serena Williams.
Yeah.
If we're going by accolades, yo,
She's a goat.
she did a thing.
Yeah.
She's a goat.
Yeah.
You can have. I mean, I have my personal goat, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
He changed the game.
Yeah, because
Multiple
you're a
times.
skateboarder, so yeah, that
You already know.
big, yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, we all have our individual sports have individual goats, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed the responses.
Yeah, keep it coming. Like we need this interaction because.
So that's actually going up to our next shout out, which is you guys, our fans, our listeners. Thank you guys for everything.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. So when we first thought about this podcast, we didn't think anybody was going to listen to it.
Yeah.
J-Rock thought there was going to only be 10 people listening to it.
I thought it was only going to be 10 people. I'm going to be honest. I had very low standards. I wasn't expecting all of this love and support from everybody.
And our first chapter got over 200 views.
And it's still going, which is crazy, man.
Insane. Like we really didn't expect it, and it's a testament to how much you guys love us, and it's reciprocation. Yeah,
we love you guys too.
We love you guys so much too because of the simple fact that we interact with each other. Yeah. We care about you individually, and we really much want to drive home the fact that this communication is open. We want to talk to you. We love interacting with you guys. We love even the arguments. Even when people are mad at me about the whole topic.
Tom Brady, you're being biased. Yeah.
Like, man, whatever. But at the same time, we love it. That's like, we're more than just like whatever podcasters. We're here to.
We actually care about what you guys have to say, and like I was answering some of the responses, and some of the conversations were good because you get to see different perspectives from different people on what we're putting out, and we love that because we could bring that into the next couple of chapters as well.
And that's exactly what our podcast is about.
Yeah.
It's that meaningful, mindful conversation that also, requires an open mind.
Yes.
And it helps us keep an open mind, and it keeps us humble as fuck.
Yeah, very humble.
Some of them make me feel stupid.
Hey,
but
whatever.
Look, at the end of the day, again, in all seriousness, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done. Just keep keeping your foot on the gas, pushing us forward.
Keep interacting with us. Like, when we put posts up or even polls on our story, like, we want that feedback because that helps us, like, know if you guys want us to talk about a certain topic, like how we did with WANDAVISION today, which, by the way, give Elizabeth Olsen her Emmy.
Yeah, give her
her Emmy because she's acting on another level. But yeah, even with our GOAT responses as well, that was very entertaining.
Very interactive too, because, man, you guys, we really do take into consideration. That's why we realize, man, there can't be just one. Like, it is not possible because of the way that you guys dynamically answer these questions or answer this poll. Like, you guys really did make us think outside the box and made me feel like I was not thinking about the whole picture, and you guys brought that to light. And you're changing minds as much as we can do for you. You guys are doing for us like
as tenfold. Well. Yeah, which is awesome. So thank you for all of that. Thank you guys for the support.
Appreciate it.
Also, just keep leaving us comments and DMs and Instagram, and as well as on our YouTube page for.
Yeah, and big thing, you guys get to choose.
Yeah, basically what we talk about.
Yeah. So the next chapter, we want you guys to go ahead and interact with us. We're gonna put up a poll. Yeah. And we're gonna let you guys know about, we're gonna pretty much ask you guys.
What should we talk about for our next chapter?
Yeah. We're gonna ask what we should talk about in the next chapter, and depending on your results, we're gonna keep putting up polls to
make sure that we pick the correct one.
I'm excited. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, we're excited to hear what you guys have in store for us, and hopefully we do good by it.
And it's up to you guys. You guys have the keys. So, yeah man,
that's chapter 2.
That's chapter 2, baby. All right. So, We will see you guys later. Again, this was the JaySquared Podcast, and see you next time.
Going.
Keep it going. All right, back home.
Adios.